Hello everybody, welcome back to another Unity tutorial video. This one is going to show you how to swap out weapon models for your own model using VRFPSKit. Also, I'm thinking of doing one on how to swap the hand models with animations if anybody would actually be interested. So, get your gun model. It doesn't have to be a pistol, it can be whatever you want. This is the example I'm using. Alright, so I don't feel like putting this entire thing together. This is just something I got on Sketchfab, but I mean, I'm not putting that all together. So we're going to take this one and we're going to strip the model from it. So I'm just going to do that, delete that. Now, you're going to want to line this up as best you can with this gun model. Like I said, it doesn't have to be the Glock. It can be whatever weapon model you want to use. This is just the one I'm using. If you would like the link for it, you can add me on Discord with the username in the description. So what we're going to do from here is actually parent this to this and parent it to model. Then you're going to want to delete this. You're also going to want to go on this one. This is the easiest way to get box colliders or any collider, is basically just go here, 3D object, put a cube on there, shrink it down to what you need. This is what I always do. You can do it differently. Basically, this just gives you a really good example on how big it's going to be and where the player is going to be able to actually grab. So I'm just going to extend this, the length of the gun. Doesn't have to be perfect. We want to extend it out a little bit, so a little bit easier for the, actually, you know what, we're gonna make this one just like that. Make sure it basically engulfs the gun and extend it out just a little bit on both sides, and then just turn off the mesh render. Make sure on box collider, make sure it is trigger, that way the player can grab it. I'm gonna delete these other cubes because these are different ones. You know what, instead of deleting them, so these cubes I have are just basic outline of the gun. That way, that's basically where the gun is going to collide with it. So just do that. Just, you know, go resize it however you need. You can do it however you want. And then once you have it blocked out, just turn off the mesh render and there's your collider for the gun. And then make sure you have one for the gun to collide, or the player to grab, because this uses the extra grab interactable. So in the collider section, you're going to grab that collider that you just set, put that right there, and you're good with that. You want to turn off the mesh render. Now the player will be able to grab it perfectly fine. It should be perfectly fine anyway. And then it will also collide with the environment, which is very good. That's what we need. Now for the animations, I actually already did this. Basically, you're just going to want to go in here, animate the slide however it's going to be. Also, if it's an AR, let me grab one really quick. So if it's an assault rifle, it might have a bolt movement and then a charge handle movement. Basically, if you're new to weapons, the charging handle is this little mabobby right here. And whoopsie, where did that go? Whatever. And then the bolt movement is, where did that go? Oh, bolt movement is this little thing right here. So basically what pushes the bullet into the chamber. So once you have that animated, if you have an AR or if you have a pistol, once you have that animated, there's only a few animations now. It used to be completely animation based, but so you're going to want to mess with the recoil settings. I'm not going to do that right now. I think what I have right now is fine. Actually, on this one, it's not. On my other pistol, it's fine. So just mess with these until you have something you like. And then insert magazine shouldn't be there for you. They actually changed it to a physics-based magazine, which should be the magazine socket. And then actually, let me switch off that. So basically, this is going to have your magazine socket and insert point and attach point. I would leave the insert point basically just where it is, as long as you have it lined up properly. And then the attached point, you're going to want to basically go into here, put your magazine into starting selected interactable. If it's a multiplayer one, I don't know if that works. I haven't tested. But for single player, just do this. If it's multiplayer, you can easily just go in and basically when it's inserted, you're just going to want to move this around until you find a good spot. And then once you find a good spot, you want to go right click, copy component. If you copy world transform, it will basically copy where it was at that exact time. If you copy component, it will save like it should. It's a little bit confusing. I'm not going to dive too far into that. And hints, you're going to want to, well, basically do this, and this is the chamber round hint and action locked hint. That should be pretty self-explanatory. Just put the game object you want there and it'll outline it. If say you need to chamber it, like you need to pull back the slide, you're going to want to put the slide as the firearm chamber round hint right here. And then for the action locked, you're going to want to do same thing except for a different component. So that's basically it. I'm not going to dive into doing sounds. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Just grab your sounds, put them in here. The magazine one, though, I was a little bit confused on inserted begin and inserted end. And inserting end and inserting begin. But I'm not going to dive into that, so figure it out. It's not hard. It takes like 4 seconds. And then particles is a big one. I'm not going to go through particles. If you have good particles, I actually do recommend just using the Unity Technology particle pack, because it comes with smoke textures that are really good. And I actually use these on my other one, which I will show you here in a second. So right here, I got my Glock, and I'm going to go into the particles. And I made this only using the Unity particle pack. So it's very good. You know, I'm going to make it so you can see the smoke a little bit better. But yeah, you can obviously change it to however you want. This is how I have it. It looks weird from angles, but from this angle, it looks perfectly acceptable. And it looks even better with light. It looks more realistic. But I am restarting it, so it kind of deletes the particle. It looks better in game. Okay, now we have to go over to the magazine and change that. Magazine. And you're going to want to grab this one. I already have a pre-made one, which I'm going to grab the model from. Drag that. Oh. Drag that out of there. All right. So I'm not going to go over the bullets. It's basically the same process. Just strip these bullets of their mesh renderers, slap on your other one. Just do that, slap on your other bullet and put the casing renderer there and the bullet renderer there, and you should be good. And then you just want to probably delete these and just copy and paste this one all the way down. I haven't figured out the bullet renderer or the follower. It doesn't work for me. I haven't got it to work for me anyway, so I'm not gonna get into that. But if you want that, you can figure it out. It's not very hard. It shouldn't be anyway. And I'm going to drag this into, it doesn't actually have to go into the model slot anymore, just here. And I'm going to copy the transform, the world transform this time, of that. And I'm going to paste it from this one. There we go. Oh, I shouldn't have done world transform. I'm going to copy the position. And I'm going to paste the position right here. And just move it however you need. Once again, try and get this as accurate as possible for best results. But this is pretty good for me. I'm not going to mess with it too much. So I'm going to delete the model and do the same thing that we did with this for the colliders. And then you should have a working magazine with the cartridge renderers. And I'm not going to get into the bullet chambering animations yet. We're going to do that in a different video because that will take way too long. And I haven't quite figured it out yet. So once you have this done, you want to add the magazine type, which basically, if this is set to, say, AR-15, then on the Glock over here in magazine socket, we're going to see the where is it? Compatible magazine types. And since it's not there, it will not allow it to go in. Now, if we were to add it, whoopsie. Now this will be able to insert. So basically, if you have an AR magazine, just keep it as AR, whatever the hell it is. And if it's a Glock magazine, keep it as Glock. You can name them, it doesn't matter. You can add more, as you can see. But I'm just gonna leave it be because it's good. You can allow grab magazine, so basically you can grab the magazine while it's in the chamber. Otherwise, you have to press, I believe it's A or B on your Oculus controller to eject the magazine manually. With that working, I'm going to actually delete this one so I have an actual one with bullets in it. And now if I set this to the magazine socket, now remember, this does not work in multiplayer, I don't think, but it does work in single player. I know there is a script to allow it to work in multiplayer, but I don't know if that's included in the asset. But definitely join their Discord for the dev is super friendly, super helpful, great guy, honestly. And yeah, and then you can change these to whatever you need. I would just leave it. Everything's good as is. And oh my god, handedness, just leave that to none. Now this has to be magazine, otherwise it will not accept the magazine. So this also has to be right here in the interaction layer mask. It has to be magazine, otherwise it will not accept it, no matter what you have the name as. But I'm pretty sure that's everything. If I missed something, please let me know. And if you want to see any other tutorials, please also let me know, and I'd be happy to do them.